Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next video here, which is the top 5 of our top 5 picks for this week here on the Circle Debate. Once again, decided to see the Devious one. We have Mr. Reputation Killer, and then we have Mr. Mike Lopez, the American Hero. So this week's top 5 that we chose is, since Backlash is coming up for, the upcoming next WWE pay-per-view, we're going to go ahead and actually choose the top 5 out of from 1999 to to 2018?
2018.
2018, I believe so. I don't think they took out, but 2016, 27, around there. Top Backlash matches. So, who wants to go first? Or you guys want me to go first? You guys let me know.
I can go first.
All right.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, bottom to top.
Bottom to top.
All right.
I guess.
What's your number 5?
Number 5 would be the debut match in the WWE for Goldberg versus The Rock at Backlash 2003. Obviously, it was very interesting at the time because it was Goldberg's first match, I believe it was, in WWE, and it was his first feud. I know for a fact. And then The Rock and Goldberg in the same ring at the same time. It wasn't even for a championship, and that was for a reason, because this match was big. It was money at the time, and I got to watching it back earlier, and it's like Goldberg matches, they usually end in like 5 minutes. This match went on for 20, 25 minutes or something like that. It was actually pretty entertaining, and The Rock was, of course, the heel in it, fresh off of the Scorpion King movie. So that would be my number 5 right there.
All right.
And
number 4, Cuatro.
Number 4. Number 4. Let me go with Backlash 2000. Backlash 2000. It was Triple H as the WWE champion with Stephanie and Vince in his corner, and Shane McMahon was a special guest referee. The match was originally supposed to be Triple H defending against Stone Cold Steve Austin, but something happened and Stone Cold Steve Austin got pulled out of the match somehow, and Vince was like, well, Stone Cold will not be here. There's a reason why it says card is subject to change. And but who's going to accept this challenge? And then The Rock comes out, and The Rock's a face right here. And then, of course, Pat Patterson and Briscoe, the stooges for Vince McMahon, they try to get involved and cost The Rock the match, and Shane, the referee, tries to cost The Rock the match, but it then ends up Stone Cold shows up. Stone Cold shows up, and he whoops everybody's ass. And then, but he doesn't touch The Rock, and then Stone Cold leaves. Linda McMahon comes out. She slaps the piss, or she pushes Stephanie McMahon down.
Oh, yeah.
And then she tells Earl Hebner, get in the ring. Earl, get in the ring. 1, 2, 3. And then, bam, The Rock is the champion. And out comes Austin, and they share a beer, and it goes off. That's my number 4 right there. That was great fucking match.
3.
Number 3. Let me see. Number 3, I'm going to go with, I believe it was Backlash 2016. Dean Ambrose was the WWE champion going against AJ Styles. And if y'all remember, this was the first championship, the first WWE championship that AJ Styles won. So to me, that was a great moment, because this guy, he had won championships all over the world in almost every promotion, and then he finally wins the WWE title, and the announcers are talking about, oh, is it a tainted victory? Because AJ he hit in the nuts, and then he did the Styles Clash to win. But nobody's talking about how it was tainted. It's tainted now, so obviously it added to his legacy, I think. That championship win right there, first time for AJ. That's got to be number 3 right there. You know what I'm saying? Number 3. And as you go down, I'm going to go to number 2. And this was an all titles on the line match. We had at Backlash 2001 with Triple H, of course, accompanied by Stephanie again. And Triple H was the Intercontinental Champion. His tag team partner, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the WWE Champion. And they was going against the tag team champions, Kane and Undertaker. All titles on the line. The Brothers of Destruction versus the Two-Man Power Trip. And, of course, the Two-Man Power Trip walk away with the gold. And so that has to be, I believe, what I say, number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2? Yeah. And we know not long after that, Triple H got injured. He was out like 9 months or whatever. So, man, I just wish we could have got so much more of the Two-Man Power Trip. And that shit was gold right there. And then I'll get to number 1, which is peak Attitude Era, 1999's Backlash. The Rock comes out with the Broken Skull Championship to challenge Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWE Championship. The match was no holds barred. And again, Shane McMahon was the special guest referee. And, man, during this matchup, a lot of action, man, a lot. I believe The Rock even grabs the camera and he's like, he shoots Austin a bird, and then Austin gets up and flips him 2 more birds off and then stuns The Rock right through the table. And it's just a lot of cussing going on during the match. That's why I like, if they're going to talk during the match, talk shit. And that right there, that feud right there, ended right there. That match ended with, I believe it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, thanks to the help of one Vince McMahon, who won the match, actually. Vince must have been babyface right here in this era, in this time. So, yeah. Great match. That's my number 1 pick. The Rock and Stone Cold, no holds barred, 1999 Backlash.
That's good. That's a good pick. Good pick.
Cool. All right. So here we go with mine. From 5 to 1. Number 5 being Backlash 2004, Benoit versus HBK versus Triple H. For me, that was the match that, I enjoyed the WrestleMania 20 match, but having Chris Benoit win with a submission, it was a good finish for that one. It was a fun one because it was in Canada, and everybody was chanting "You screwed Brett" to Earl Hebner there too, and to Shawn Michaels, and it was a fun match. I definitely enjoyed that one.
Oh yeah.
Number 4, AJ beating Dean Ambrose for his first WWE title. I actually had AJ losing that match. I remember going into that, but it was a pleasant surprise to see him win the WWE title finally. Well deserved. And number 3 was Goldberg versus The Rock. A dream match for sure. At that time, there was so much hype between both individuals. Rock being a heel and having that persona, and Goldberg coming in, and he had speared The Rock prior to that, and it was a dream match that came true. Let me see, number 2. I have Hulk Hogan versus Triple H. Hogan winning his final WWE title against Triple H with a little help from, I believe it was The Undertaker and Chris Jericho. There was so much going on. I like it when these other storylines come in and everybody wants the belt, so everybody gets involved somehow, gives importance to the belt. And I've always liked the design of the Undisputed Championship. One of my one of my top designs, definitely. And my number one, which is probably one of my all-time favorite matches, and I still watch it to this day, is Randy Orton versus Mick Foley. Backlash 2004. Awesome match. I remember, I will never forget that moment when I saw Randy Orton falling on the thumbtacks. Woo! The reaction to that. And me, I didn't grow up watching hardcore wrestling or barbed wire stuff, so seeing that was like, whoa, at that time. And it was crazy match, and it definitely showed that Randy Orton was capable of being in the main event. So that's my list.
I definitely agree with that. I agree with what you said about Randy. Like, that match made Randy Orton straight out, because the way how he really, that was his actually first hardcore match to be like in that way. He's never been like it, never at all, and being a third generation superstar.
That really legitimized him as the legend killer too.
You know what? I agree. It does.
Yeah.
It does. It does make him a legend. A legend killer. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, he's that number one pick. Like, hey, but you know what? Great minds think alike, gentlemen. Great minds think alike, and I appreciate you both for that top five. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to switch it, because I can't be repeating the same shit. So I'm gonna have to switch it. I'm gonna have to.
Hey, that's the way I had to do last week, man, because you keep thinking alike.
Exactly. All of us, man. All of us.
Yeah, all of
But you know what? Like, okay. Number 5. I will say, I'm gonna start from bottom to top. Number 5, obviously, I'm gonna switch it off, all right? Because I did have AJ and Dean, but I'm gonna switch it off because I want to make it fresh. I think that the number 5, even though I want to say it wasn't at the top match, but it was a shocking reveal winner of all, was when Jinder Mahal won the belt from Randy Orton. Nobody thought that he was going to win that. Everybody was just like, huh? Everybody was just like, what just happened?
Same thing with Brody Lee in AEW, man. What if he does?
I hope not, man. We'll see. We'll see what that one. But see, that's the one that really shocked the world. Even me. Nobody thought that. Whoever remind you, and also remind our viewers as well, you can bet on this. You can go to Vegas and bet on this shit. Even though it's scripted, it's choreographed, everything, but last minute changes does happen. Remind yourself, ladies and gentlemen, last minute changes does happen. And so that was unexpected. Yes, card subject to change. So I'll put that as number 5. Then I'll put my number 4, obviously, AJ and Dean, because, they did great. I think that match, if you paid attention to it, AJ did a 450 off the ropes into the table to Dean Ambrose. And I think, and these are 2 indie wrestlers as well. That's one thing that I have a lot of respect that, these both, high-level class, and, I call them high-level now because they are, and what they put in, what they've done in their business. So I'll put that as number 4. I'll put that. Number 3, I would put all right, number 3, I would put, winner takes all. The Brothers of Destruction versus Triple H and Austin. That was a good match. And led up, that was a good feud, to be honest. That was not a bad feud. I wish, it did go longer to Judgment Day. We already know how that ended up being. They ended up taking, retaining all the belts. So we already know how that ended for number 3. Number 2, of course, was Hogan and Triple H. Because, remember, we all grew up with Hogan. And to see Hogan winning that last championship was great.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? He deserved it because the crowd was over. The crowd was over when Hogan came back ever since from WrestleMania 18. And from there, it was just popped off. Hogan That's what I think for me, if you guys remember that year, that era, that's why Vince changed a lot of scripts. Why he didn't go forward with Hogan being a heel. And because he's like, all right, fuck it, people are loving him again. Fuck it, bring back the, yellow and red. Let's just do it again one more time, one last run of the yellow and red. Why not just do it? So Hogan's my childhood hero, one of them. But I love Hogan. Number one, of course, the first Backlash pay-per-view, 1999. Of course, Stone Cold versus The Rock. Shane being the guest was free. Who doesn't remember that? I loved it. I enjoyed that match. It was great shit. It was good shit, how Vince would say. It was good shit. And for me, honestly, Backlash from 99 to probably like 2016, I think was really, really great overall. They had really all great matches. But you have to give number one to where it was born, Backlash, because it makes sense to name the concept of it. You're coming off of WrestleMania, and then you're going from WrestleMania to Backlash. Obviously, you want retribution. You want this kind of like a exactly. There you go, like a rematch. So I get that. So that's very understanding to do that. So I mean, I enjoyed it. I loved it, and that should be the number one of all time. It's the first pay-per-view of Backlash, and it was a success, and it's still continuing to be. Not all of them, unfortunately, but some of them are. But yeah, those are my top five. What do you guys think about that? And by the way, before I need your answer, just you both answer the Goldberg and Rock. The reason why I didn't include that because it wasn't the best Goldberg performance for me. It was not. And because Goldberg was not a baby face there, he was a heel. The Rock was being cheered more than Goldberg was, if you guys remembered. Because,
I watched the match back, and my girl's like, who's that sign for in the crowd? And I was like, what sign? And it said something bad on it, and somebody was holding it up while Goldberg was out there like, woo, I won. And I'm like, I guess it must be for Goldberg if they're holding it up. But, yeah, he was supposed to be the face going into the match. And that's another reason why it took so long. Then I started watching these old matches back in there from the Attitude Era. And my girl's like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't watch this. What happened? Because they're fucking way more entertaining from the 1990s, man, the Attitude Era.
Oh, yeah,
definitely way more entertaining. If you wanted to finish watching the all titles on the line match, you wanted to finish watching The Rock and Austin, I mean, that's what we need now, man. We need people that are casual viewers to want to fucking watch the product. That's exactly what we need.
I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree.
Same.
You know what? I appreciate everybody watching this this video that after our second episode already aired. This is our top 5 of the week. We're going to be doing this on a weekly basis. Cinco. 5 time picks of the week. But tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, as our next top 5 will be Dark Side of the Ring, season 1 and 2. We're going to go ahead and choose which are the best top 5 episodes of the Dark Side of the Ring between season 1 and 2. Stay tuned. Don't forget to watch episode 3 next week. So this is from all of us to you guys once again. Salud. Cheers. And we'll see you next week here on Circle of Debate. Good night, everybody.